Hi there, welcome to my channel. I am doing a 3-card spread, so basically just take a second and look at the 3 cards that are laid out here and try and listen to your intuition to see which one you're drawn to. You could be drawn to just one of the cards, maybe 2 or all 3 of them. There's whatever you think, whatever you feel drawn to. So I'll go through each one individually. The first card on the left here is Inner Temple, Devotion. Tune into the portal of your heart. Okay, so I'll give you the message that's in the card, in the book, and then I'll summarize it for you. So you're being called to be a devoted student and tune into your heart, to incorporate true devotion into your life. You could be being called to develop a regular meditation, journaling, or chanting practice, or to show up to your soul with rhythm, to develop a daily practice where you fill up your well and spend time with your soul. All of the answers to all of the questions that you seek are waiting for you in the portal of your heart, but you cannot hear them unless you carve out time each day to listen. Your soul is yearning for a deeper relationship with you, and so the more time you spend with it and show up to it, the more clearly it will guide you. We are here to grow as souls. Earth is one big playground for the soul to learn, and you are being called to go deeper in your soul growth or to increase. Just one second. Or to increase your devotion by being a student of a lineage or a spiritual teacher. If you have already been a committed student, then you're being commended for your devotion. Your guides want you to know how proud of you they are and that the time you spend in devotion is priceless. If you're questioning your career or life path, your guides want you to turn your focus toward devotion. And this prayer: please use me in a way that delights my mind, body, and soul. May my life be one big moving prayer. So this card is all about turning inward rather than looking outside yourself for answers. Inner temple is basically a metaphor for your inner world, your intuition, your emotions, your values, and a deeper sense of knowing. The word devotion here isn't about religion necessarily. It's about commitment to yourself and your inner truth. So, you've been looking outward for validation, answers, or direction, or this card is telling me that you might feel disconnected from yourself or unsure of what you really want, or it's telling me that there's a need to slow down and listen inward before taking action. And I just pulled a daily card before this video, and that's exactly what the message was: to listen inward before taking action. If you want to go and listen to it, tune into the portal of your heart means pay attention to what feels right versus just logical. Or notice your emotional reactions, because they're signals, not just distractions. And make some space for quiet reflection, like journaling or walking or just sitting with your thoughts. This card is telling me that before making decisions or reacting, you need to check in with yourself honestly. That's what the daily card said too. What do you actually feel and want? It's not telling you to ignore reality or only follow feelings blindly. It's more about balancing logic with self-awareness, especially if you've been disconnected from your own needs. Okay? It may revolve around self-trust or inner alignment or just reconnecting with yourself before anything external changes. And then if you're drawn to the second card, the message with this card is deep replenishment, retreat, rest, and be held. Again, it's similar to the daily card. The most selfless thing you can do is to fill up your own inner well. When we are running around half filled, we subconsciously look to things and people around us to give us the nourishment and nurturing that we so deeply crave. Nothing can grow in barren lands. You're no good to anyone if you're running on empty. The feminine is bountiful, fertile, and rich. Tend to your own well and watch as the amount you have to give multiplies. If your inner well isn't full, you will find yourself craving things from the outside world to fill it. This is our body's instinctive way of reaching for the grounding and nurturing that we are not allowing ourselves. What nourishes you? What refuels your body? What is nectar for your soul? What brings you back to life? What is your secret medicine? What makes you feel abundant and fertile, overspilling with life? It may be gardening, arranging flowers, getting a massage, using luxurious essential oils, snuggling up on the couch, hiking, sipping a good coffee at your favorite cafe, attending a woman's circle, reading about sacred sites, spontaneous bike rides, walking along the beach, or yin yoga. What nourishes you is your medicine. When you give yourself the medicine that you need to be nourished, you nourish all those around you, for there is more than enough to go around. So do something that deeply replenishes you today, is the message here. So this card is telling me that it's about real intentional restoration, not just surface level breaks. So some of you may be running low on energy, emotionally, mentally, or physically, or you're pushing through things without properly recharging, or maybe you feel the need to withdraw, even if you're not sure why. Deep replenishment isn't just scrolling on your phone or distracting yourself or taking quick breaks. It's more like stepping back in a meaningful way, letting yourself be supported by people or space, or even just quiet, and actually giving your system time to reset. And then you can see on the bottom there, it says be held. So be held can sound abstract, but practically it can mean letting someone support you instead of handling everything alone. Or it could be creating a safe, calm environment for yourself. Or it could mean not constantly being in do mode. You need deeper rest than you've been allowing yourself, and it's okay to step away to get it. This isn't laziness or avoidance. This card usually shows up when rest is necessary, not optional. And if you continue to push, it could lead to burnout or bad decisions. Okay? You can't hear yourself clearly if you're exhausted. Slow down, step back, reconnect with yourself, and restore your energy. And then the last card, if you're drawn to the third card, is transformation. Things are changing at a cellular level, deep healing. This is probably why the first two cards came out. So things are changing at a cellular level. You're not who you were a year ago or who you will soon be. You are in between, emerging, half risen, half falling. Keep doing the work. You are transforming. You will look back at this time with awe. So much is happening in your inner world and within yourselves. It's time to release old ways of being that have kept you in fight, flight, freeze mode, to choose a new way of being. When trauma is not the driving force, old childhood patterns are rising up to be healed. As you allow yourself to observe them and feel them without attachment, they loosen their grip and fall away. You're being called to find new ways to self-soothe. Saturn and the Black Madonna and the African goddess Oshun influence this card. Saturn represents destruction and transformation. The Black Madonna represents the underground and all that has been cast aside. And Oshun represents the tender love of the original mother. A rethreading is happening, healing at the deepest of levels. While you are in this phase, don't put yourself under pressure to perform. You may need to review your relationship with your body, perhaps even shifting your diet or exercise regime, or getting energetic healing support. You may also need to consider some kind of emotional support, as issues from your childhood may come up to be healed. Know that you are deeply, deeply loved. Allow yourself to receive the deepest healing and transformation for change to happen at a cellular level. So, this third card, you're going through a deeper personal shift, even if you can't fully explain it yet. That's what this card is telling me. Old patterns, reactions, or emotional habits are starting to change. And there's healing happening beneath the surface, mentally or emotionally. This isn't superficial change, it's foundational. This card is telling me that you're in a process of change, but you're not at the finish line yet. This change might feel slow, confusion, or even uncomfortable. But these changes are real and lasting. They're not temporary fixes. Deep healing means you're letting go of old emotional patterns and you're seeing things differently than you used to. and you're outgrowing situations or people or ways of thinking. You're changing in a meaningful way, even if it doesn't look dramatic from the outside yet. So if you liked all of these 3 cards together, they're saying tune into yourself, rest and step back because deep change is happening. Okay? You're in the middle of an internal shift, but you might be too busy or tired or externally focused to fully process it. So remember to stop looking outside for answers, give yourself real rest and space, and allow this change to unfold instead of forcing clarity. Create some space so the change already happening can actually take root. This card is telling me you're thinking differently, you're reacting more calmly, you're slowly letting go of something. Those are the kinds of changes that actually last. These are the subtle changes. So that is a message. Thank you for letting me channel those messages today. I'll see you next time. Take good care. Bye.